Well, speaking of Black Adam, for his yang, we've got
Nope.
his yin, which is Shazam, and another one of those castings, just like the Pierce Brosnan as Doctor Fate. We've got another one of those I never would have guessed this in a million years type of castings, as Helen Mirren, the esteemed actress herself, will be playing not just a character in Shazam 2, she'll be playing the primary antagonist of Shazam 2. Um, okay, sure. I never would have guessed this in a million years. But then again, actually, the more I think about this, this is less of a stretch to me than the Pierce Brosnan and Black Adam thing, because Helen Mirren over the past few years has shown a willingness and shown a desire to be in these more big blockbuster fun movies, like the criminally underrated Red movies. I like the first one more than the second one, but she is awesome in Red. Isn't she Jason Statham's mom in Hobbs and Shaw? Like, she's shown her propensity to want to be in these action movies, but as a primary villain, interesting. So does this not mean Mr. Mind is the villain, the caterpillar from the first movie that escaped? I thought they were setting him up. Maybe he's forming, because Mr. Mind led kind of like a Justice Society type like grouping of villains. Maybe she's involved with that. This is fascinating to me. Of all these big name actors now are attaching themselves to comic book movies. Like, we're not talking about it for a main thing, but Russell Crowe just got added to Thor: Love and Thunder, and I'm going, interesting. All these big name people are jumping on the comic book bandwagon, and I love to see it. However, the more I'm thinking about this, does Shazam 2, as much as I'm looking forward to it, does it to you, Josh, just kind of feel like a placeholder, kind of like an Age of Ultron, until we get to that Shazam versus Black Adam movie? Because ever since they announced Black Adam and Shazam was as good as it was, it just kind of feels like an inevitability. Kind of like Godzilla versus Kong, Godzilla King of the Monsters, just kind of feels like that middle one before we get to Godzilla versus Kong. Do you feel the same way, or you think Shazam 2 is still going to kind of stand on its own?
I think yes, only because in some ways, like you said, it's inevitable, but also I don't know enough about Shazam's, villains catalog to really know who else he could actually fight without him coming and joining the Justice League. You know what I mean? So interesting, sure. I love her as an actor, so like absolutely, I'm super here for it. But yeah, I don't know. It does kind of feel like a placeholder, but I think that might just be that I don't know what other story there is to tell. And you know what? Just like the first Shazam, surprise me, man. I trust you. Bring it on.
Yeah, that first Shazam was just the most pleasant delight and surprise for a DC movie. I won't say the same thing about The Suicide Squad, because I don't think that's really going to be surprising, because people knew the pedigree of James Gunn. Now, for some of us that like knew David F. Sandberg's work, weren't surprised by Shazam, but I was surprised by the level of heart and enjoyment in it. So I'm really excited to see it continue. It's kind of amazing to me how much they've dragged their feet on it. Not like taking their time, but Shazam 2 is a project that I've always felt that kind of needs to go a little bit faster in terms of pushing into production than some other movies, because those kids are going to grow up fast. Like, when we get to Shazam 2, Darla is not going to be as cute and little as she was. She's definitely going to be a few years older. We're going to have a Stranger Things situation on our hands really, really quickly. That's why I've always been like, come on, guys, get Shazam 2 into production, and also bring back Henry Cavill. That's not a wish, that's a demand. Please, now. Oh, we've lost Josh for some reason.
Oh, got
There we
it.
go. There
We're
we go.
good. I had to fart, so I muted it, and then I forgot to unmute it.
That's staying in. That's staying in.
Yeah. Oh, but good. But what was I saying? Oh, I think Shazam 2 will be smart enough to let the kids age up and not try to be like, no, they're still in first grade. This movie happens like, a few months later. Like, no, I think they'll be okay. And honestly, I kind of want Shazam to have a couple years under his belt, before he faces Black Adam. So it's not like, I'm brand new and I don't know what to do. It's more, hey man, I'm not in my prime yet, but I've been doing this for a little bit. I kind of know what's going on, what I need to do, maybe a more control of my powers.
Maybe some mentorship from Superman.
Okay. I'm trying not to push it, bud.
I will push it. Push it to the limit, because I need it. I need Henry Cavill's return, and I'm desperate for it.